Hey, what's up, everybody? Gene Fetty back at you with another episode of the All Access podcast from the Automotive Appearance Institute. Been off for a couple of weeks. Well, not really off, but crazy busy. And man, the podcast is just one of those things that has slipped by. Um, Anyways, apologies for not being there. Jack Bucknell, I know you're going to listen to this. Thanks for busting my stones a little bit and, razzing me up to get back on here and get another show going. So I hope that this is uploaded and live tomorrow morning and you are enjoying the show, maybe even the YouTube premiere. So shout out to Jack. Love you, brother. Anyways, so it has been 2 weeks since we did a show. The last one was with Jean talking hail in the U.S. versus hail in Europe and whatnot. Side note, go check out Jean's new beginner PDR training at, I believe that it's bestpdrtraining.com. I've shared the stage with Jean, shared the classroom with Jean. The dude is a phenomenal teacher, phenomenal person, and out of this world technician. So go check that out, especially if you're getting started in your PDR career or thinking about starting a PDR career. I assure you that Jean is not just one of the best technicians in the world, but he's also an incredible trainer. So go check that out. Shout out Jean, who is also probably listening to this. Anyways, so what have I been up to? What is going on in Gene's world? The title of the show is Hailstorm Management, Burnout, and Business. And that's where we're at. It is also Sunday night, June 1st at 10:23 p.m. I just, however long it took me to set the studio up, finished redoing a supplement that me and Shannon spent over 2 hours on Friday trying to get done to get a final build together for this car. And we had a hiccup. I think we were both in the estimate at the same time, and she must have backed out before I backed out, and the whole thing got wiped out. So back to the shop Sunday night to finalize that bill. And I'm glad I caught it, at the end of the month billing, and we didn't irritate or piss off an insurance adjuster just because of an error on our end. So the joys of running the business and what's going on. So we're mid hailstorm. So let's talk a little bit about that. So my first storm ever, my first real storm goes back to 2008 here in Pittsburgh. And since then, we have averaged at least a storm a year, every year since 2008. Now, that being said, there are years where it doesn't hail. There are also years where we end up with 2 or 3 storms. Now, it could be a little pocket storm. It could be a massive multi-hundreds of cars storm and everything in between. But the one thing we always operate on is in dealing with a hailstorm, our goal as a company is to always get better. We want to be better at the next storm than we were at the previous storm. And we always sit back when the storm is over at the end of the season, end of the year, end of next year, depending on the severity. And we sort of go back and we look at and critique everything we did. How were we on flow, right? Did the cars flow through? Were there bottlenecks somewhere? Was the bottleneck our problem? Or was the bottleneck something with a body shop or a dealership or another customer? What were their bottlenecks? What is in our control that we can make a difference on? Did we make mistakes? Were there problem cars? Did we try to be a hero too much? It could be anything. So some of the things over the years were we had a pretty big storm in a good DRP body shop as the main account, and they were insistent on doing R&I, which is fine. We don't particularly like doing R&I anyways, but it became a bottleneck where the shop just couldn't keep up, or they weren't ready for, or there were other jobs, or their body techs didn't want to do the R&I. They weren't keeping up with our production. So we had a great storm. It was a great year. It was a win. But when we went back and armchair quarterbacked it, right, we went back and looked at the films. We saw that R&R was a big hiccup, right? So that's something to be conscious of, aware of moving forward. Another hiccup in one of the storms, a different storm, was the shop getting our estimates converted into CCC to submit to the insurance companies, right? Because if you're going through the shop, they want to do a CCC estimate. That's the language they speak. And oftentimes if they're in DRP, right, they have to submit and do the work for the insurer, and they need to do a full and thorough CCC file and everything like that. We've actually seen that hiccup a few times. We have in the past had some okay luck using the convert option in Mobile Tech RX to take our file and move it into there. Other times, it's just a hang up, just the administrative side of things. As fast as we want to go, as many cars as we want to fix, that's a hang up, is waiting for the body shop to get the paperwork done. And haven't figured out an affordable workaround for that. Internally, right, or not internally, if you're doing your own storm, there are companies like ClaimConnection.io, DentOps, Classy Estimating. Those guys, those companies can all take and rewrite, rekey our Mobile Tech or DentMate estimates into CCC files, right, and give that back to us. And then we have a CCC file that we can hand over to the insurance company. Currently, not in a body shop scenario. I don't know that is affordable and makes sense. You know, I believe, don't hold me to the prices, but I believe that DentOps and Claim Connection, just to write, to key, to scrub your estimate, whatever you want to call it, I believe they are both $199. I could be mistaken on that. Go check your prices. But I don't know that a couple $100 a car is going to give you enough extra throughput, like in a body shop, to do it that way. And I believe that every body shop has their own way of writing, their own styles of writing in the estimates. So another particular hang up. Another one, and we haven't seen that on this storm, was hard hit damage, and the actual body shops became the hang up or the bottleneck, and there was no fix for that. I mean, these cars were smoked bad, like biblical hailstorm. With that one, we got to the point where we were like, hey, just tell us when the car dropped off. We'll come in and do our $1,500 or $2,000 down the easy side, and then you guys are going to have the car for another month. And it is what it is. So just call us when a car drops, and we'll swing in and see what we can do. Right, and we go from there. This storm, right, part of what has me a little wore out, certainly at capacity here, is these are complicated claims for us. So we're in the shop, we're in dent repair now, right here in the studio, right there. I think it's to my right, whatever way that looks to you on camera. These cars, we have a lot of combo cars. So lots of cars getting hoods, even with Jean in town, right? It can fix all kinds of stuff. Like the hoods are gone. They just don't make sense, or they've got broken paint, and broken paint on rails. Plenty of good damage. The cars are great. The claims are great. They're writing great. The damage is good to fix, but they're complicated claims. So we are not a body shop. I don't have a paint booth here. So we've got to farm out to other body shops that are busy. So what we're up against, and I've talked to the 20 group and got a couple of tips, but I think we can manage this better. Here's what, like, I don't know that I want to say a typical claim here, but a pretty common claim. Maybe it is a typical claim for this storm. Here's what it looks like. So we've got an initial, let's call it CCC estimate from the insurance company when the car comes in. Now we have CCC but we don't manage with CCC. We don't write everything in CCC. So the car comes in with an estimate from the insurance company. We all know that 99.9% of the time that needs a supplement, and a relatively major supplement at that. So we've got a CCC file. We write and work and run our business, run our company on Mobile Tech RX. So now we need to look at the car, key our own stuff in to CCC or into Mobile Tech RX. I'm sorry. Lots of acronyms or numbers and letters here. Anyways, key our estimate in. Then if we need parts or conventional repair, or things are teetering on it, we can go into our CCC to get a more complete and thorough number. So let's say a hood is teetering on conventional. We can, and not bashing Mobile Tech RX, but the comparative pricing generally is low. Like it's just not accurate. It's way better than nothing, but it's not as accurate as CCC, and it's not as thorough as CCC. It's also not as easy to write in CCC as I thought it would be, or as I think it should be. Neither here nor there. So potentially, we go into CCC to look up what a true conventional replacement estimate is, right? So we've got to do that. So now we've got the insurance company CCC file, our Mobile Tech RX file, another CCC file where we're writing and figuring out dollars. And then if, let's say, that car does need a hood or the rail needs painted or something like that, we take it to our body shop that we've partnered with, get them to repair the car. They give us back a CCC invoice because they do all of their work, all of their invoicing, all of their bookkeeping in CCC. And then we need to bring back and deal with that, plus all the invoices for parts, right? Lots of moldings, hoods, whatnot, clips, one-time use parts, tethers, all that good stuff. So we've got all kinds of paperwork now that in the past, or if you're at a DRP shop, is like simple, or you don't have to worry about it, or you don't have to think about it. Man, this storm has been just a paperwork. I don't want to say nightmare, but like pain in the butt. It has seriously been a difficult pain in the butt deal to work this out. And I've never managed a storm like this one, right? Again, I just told you 5 minutes ago that every storm is different and we critique it and we figure it out. I'm seriously contemplating giving Tammy and Keith over at claimconnection.io a shot. So I know their numbers on this, I know it's correct, is $97 to key the estimate in and write it. Then if we get the job, right, and we would only do it on a job we've got, we let them handle all of the claims management, all of the negotiating with the insurance company, working back and forth. And then they charge an additional 6.9% of the job as their fee for handling all of the negotiation and the paperwork. Seriously contemplating doing that and seeing what it looks like and how that smooths it out. Because as we're doing, and we're getting through, and thank goodness for my team here, thank goodness for Shannon, who has, not that you'll ever listen to this podcast, but shout out to Shannon, who has been with us for just under a year and came out of the banking business, just totally unrelated. And she's taken the reins and running with it. And man, can that girl get up an insurance company's butt and get things done. She's relentless in her follow-up, great with the customers, keeping the customers up to date. It is awesome. But there's so much paperwork that we are like bogged down. We're all running at capacity. What tips do you guys have on dealing with a storm like this? Like seriously, drop comments, shoot me an email, DM us on social at Auto Appearance, email admin@autoappearanceinstitute.com. Shoot me a text if you've got my number. Send me a message on Facebook. If you've got tips and tricks for this, I would love to hear what your thoughts are. How do you manage this? How do you manage a storm like this to make things more efficient? Because there's more cars out there. We're just stuck in admin land internally. Speaking of being stuck, another thing that I've not seen. Now, I worked a storm in Illinois last year for a good buddy of mine. What's up, Dan? And he was complaining about how slow the insurers were moving. And we had not experienced that anywhere. And typically, for better, for worse, for good or for bad, we typically end up in one of our partner body shops, right? That is DRP. And we just grab cars and go, and it's right and go. And you sort of take the insurer, the adjusting and supplement waiting game out of the mix when you're there. I lost my train of thought. Give me a second here. It's again 10:37 at night, Sunday night, after going all week and working on the house. And Mac graduated on Friday, and we are getting the house ready for his graduation party. So if I'm not working, I'm working. But anyways, shout out there. Back to CCC. Oh, the waiting, man. The way that some of these insurance companies are dragging their feet. I really have no other way to say it than they're dragging their feet on getting these cars through the supplement process is ridiculous. There's some third-party providers that I'm not sure if they're intentionally making things difficult or if the insurance company has checks and balances really in place to make sure that these third-party companies are doing things right. But like, it's frustrating because they should be, right? If we go back to the way it used to be, I don't need to sound like a crotchety old man. It should have local physical people, adjusters, to come out and inspect the car and look at the car and go over the car and do it. The demands, because I can't say it any other way than they are demanding ridiculously detailed photos. And every time they ask for these photos that, hey, I couldn't see this. We had one company, had a Colorado or a Canyon, black, brand new truck in, oversized dents down the driver's side was the problem. Air quotes for audio people, for video people, making my air quotes. The problem was they couldn't see my oversized dents in the original photos. So we sent the photos in. They wait their 24 hours or whatever to respond. Well, can't see your photos, need better photos. Okay. So I literally took my grease pencil, my chalk marker, whatever it was, marked the outside distortion, put a ruler that I took a picture of, right, a magnetic ruler for scale, attached that into the file, put the ruler next to it, next to a $50 with the PDR light, and got tight to the panel and showed the distortion next to a ruler marked out with a pen, marked out with a marker down the side. Like, guys, these might, I was so mad. These might be the best, most detailed hail pictures I've ever taken in my life. Like, I don't even think you need to know what a car is. As long as you can understand the theory of a dent, you would have been able to say, yes, well, yes, Gene, that is larger than a US $50 than US currency. Look at that. I'm getting fired up just because, right? So we email in the best pictures I've ever taken in my life with the PDR light, with this, with that. Not good enough. I had to send in photos of each oversized dent with a coin or coin size magnet next to it with a PDR light behind it to show the damage. Are you freaking kidding? Do your job. Come out and look at the car. Come out, look at the car. If you can't see it in a photo, come look at the, sorry, I don't mean to be loud. Come look at the freaking car and tell me, let's argue in person, right? Because I'm not making this stuff up, putting the light back, showing it to you, and there it is. And they drag their feet. And they drag their feet. That truck sat here Now, mind you, the body shop had already done a supplement to like get the roof right and get a new hood, like, but they were still a couple $1,000 off. That truck sat here 9 days and we wrote it and sent the supplement in on day one when we got the car. Like in the afternoon, we had it to them before the end of business. That truck's out here for like 9 days before we got the green light on the car. That's insane. Why? Why do we need to make this go so slow? We have another car here right now with a separate third-party claim. Now, mind you, they've already written their shitty estimate on it. So they have whatever documentation they need. We have the car in our possession with the VIN keyed in. It didn't include four corners, the VIN tag, and the odometer. Now, maybe that's my fault, but if you already have that in your file, you shouldn't need it from me. So we get the car in, right? Like call it a Monday, send everything in, triple, quadruple your shitty estimate that you wrote in the field because you looked at it out in the sun where you could see everything. They wait, we verify that they got it, 72 hours. So they wait 72 hours, 3 days to come back and say, oh, hey, we for this, we need four corners, the VIN tag, and the odometer. Great. Can I email that directly to you, the person on the phone? Nope, you have to go in and resubmit. We go back in and resubmit. Great, we got it. We'll get back to you in another 72 hours. That's 6 days. This poor lady's car tomorrow starts the third week that it has been here. We called them on Friday. Talk to the third-party person. Oh, we told the adjuster yesterday, the actual writer, to put a rush on this. What you've waited 2 weeks to put a rush on this? What is wrong with? Oh my gosh, I cannot believe how difficult they're all making this. There needs to be some serious reform and repair, and also, man, if you listen to this and you are somebody in the repair space, auto body space, and you've got some more insight on how to better handle this or ways to poke and prod them to get going. This is why I always tell people, if you have rental coverage, get in the rental car, because man, these insurance companies can't stand to have you in a rental and have them getting charged, $30 a day. Oh, so frustrating. I just don't get it. So if you've got tips on how to get these things done faster, hit me with it, right? And for the guys that think that the percentage a body shop gets for handling all of this isn't worth it, man, body shop percentage is worth it. It's a lot of work. And also, like, I can't remember if it was on here, but certainly been on some PDR College podcasts. Keith talks about like how we're wearing all these different hats and doing all these different things. And thank goodness I've got a good team here. In a body shop, right? There are dedicated people who just write. There are people who just talk to customers. There are people who just tear down cars. There are people who just do parts. We, as PDR companies and our small businesses, man, it's a ton. And those of you guys and girls who are like 1 and 2 person operations, more power to you. Like, this stuff will wear you out on a hailstorm. In fact, me and John were just out before this, and he was like, why didn't you go up into the heart of the storm and get some body shops? Bro, I can't do anymore. Like, this is rough. Oh, so that's a little bit of storm management, a little bit of touching on burnout. And where have I been for 2 weeks, and why, besides just hail, are we so busy? Man, it's been a rough year in business. Not gonna lie, a little over a year, rough year in business. Not dollar wise. I mean, dollar wise, it's been good. We've had great years. People wise, it has been tough. I guess in larger small businesses, certainly you can get a lot of turnover, and it's all good, and it's just part of the game. PDR, this business, one, is difficult to grow. It's hard to find great people. And when you get them, you want to hold on to them. But we've had some great people move on. You guys, just a few episodes ago, it feels like forever ago, our Dylan left. And we've not replaced her yet because we've been so busy. Side note, we are advertising actively for a new Dylan again. And hopefully that hire will happen soon when I can not be at the shop at 10:45 at night talking to you guys and being busy. We just lost Jake. He has been with us was with us for 8 years. Phenomenal tech. Started out as he was a Five Guys manager when we brought him in. Not a car guy. I think I had to teach him what a torque spit was, like that. Not car guy. And we watched him grow over the years and turn into like really a hell of a tech. Big stuff. Great at glue pulling. Good at talking to customers and handling things. Man, Jake, we miss you, buddy. I don't know if you'll listen to this or not, but that was a hard hit to lose a seasoned, really good 8-year technician. Parted on good terms. He went back to Ohio to start his own gig, but more importantly, get his two little daughters, back closer to family, back closer to grandparents. So we truly wish him the best of luck. Go give him some love. He's Dents R Us Ohio. I think dentsrsohio.com, I believe, is his website. He's got his socials up. Go give him some love. Give him some likes. I know he's in for a good battle, moving to a new area to set business up. And like, best of luck to you, buddy. Go get him. And we already feel the pain and are missing you. So that has, lost Dylan for my creative and work like this, right? She was awesome at the podcast. Always did the post-production that I'll be doing at home shortly here, and got it published to YouTube and everything like that. Help set up scripts. We're on our own for this, running ads, just a little bit of the admin side of things. And Jake, was a killer wholesale guy, did great numbers. So I am back out on the road a few days a week. Louis stepped up to pick up some of the slack, and it's been a lot of work. This has been my most trying. Man, we're coming up on 18 months of business ever. I thought it was supposed to get easier. Just seems like it's getting more difficult, but we will power through. I ain't scared to work hard and figure it out and make it happen. On a brighter note, Mac has been killing it. Mac is dialing right along. He's done a couple of hail panels all by himself, killing it with R&I. Beautiful coming out of the body shop. In fact, we're even running him to the body shop to do some of the R&I for these paint cars. We're persevering, and we're still I guess these are all champagne problems to have. We're busy beyond belief, but it's happening. So that is a little bit of hailstorm management and burnout and what I've been up against in business. And I don't mean to bitch, but I'm going to just bitch a little bit, and you guys will like it. And if you got any words of encouragement or advice, all ears. I'm always listening. Speaking of hail and learning business and things like that, we will be doing a podcast episode here soon with myself, Ryan Hampton, and Noah from Dent Ops. The three of us are bringing the Hail Expo back. It's been a few years since it was around. It used to be Ryan's deal. He did one every year, and then sort of was concentrating on his auto body. Can't even think of the name of the company now. His auto body business, more so than just hail management. But he has since stepped away from there, and he's back 100% into hail management. Hail Expo is coming up July 19th in St. Louis, Missouri, with a meet and greet, call it social hour, Friday evening. Can't remember the exact times. To attend in person is absolutely free. You just need to go to hailexpo.com and claim your free ticket so we can get a head count. We're going to have tool trucks there, tool vendors there. We've got a great lineup of speakers. Myself, Noah is speaking. Paul Corden, Mr. Matt Moore is coming in. We have AirPro is sending a representative out to talk, and a couple more. So go check out hailexpo.com, claim that free ticket, and let me tell Melissa, wrapping up podcast. Melissa checking in to make sure that I'm not overdoing it and working too late or anything like that. Sorry for the delay. But anyways, go ahead and check out the hailexpo.com. Also, more exciting news. I, along with, I believe it'll be 9 other technicians, will be going to Cam Auto in Montreal to their location to do, it is a GPR PDR competition. I was talking to Charlie and he's like, what do you want to do? You're coming up. He's like, he sort of told me I was coming up, which is cool. And he's like, do you want to judge? Excuse me. Or do you want to compete? And man, I was like, you know what? Let's throw my hat in the ring. We're going to do a little competing here. So I am going up apparently at this point to represent the United States of America at the PDR and GPR competition in Montreal. That is July 11, 12. I think he added 13. I'm not sure what's going on in the morning, but I need to bug out of there because I got a training back here on the 14th. And that's the week before the Hail Expo. But anyways, super excited for that. I think you can still get tickets to there. Go check out Cam Auto Pro. I know the links are in his socials because that's where I signed up to compete. So go check that out. I'm super excited for that. And then we have coming up in September, let me get you the dates, 19 and 20, the PDR Expo out in beautiful, sunny, hot, really hot Las Vegas. I will be speaking out there. I speak Friday and Saturday mornings, both. I don't mind doing mornings out there because like I'm way ahead of the clock. I think I wake up at 5 in the morning. Anyways, no matter when I go to sleep, because, you know, time is in my favor when I head west. I know that Kevin Bird and Dave Shalott will be continuing their wholesale discussion, part 2. They started part 1 down at MTE. You can check out that replay over at Dent Slayer. They have that up and available for you. And I think Noah is also doing some speaking out there. They are leaning heavy into education this year is what Sheldon told me. And I'm more than happy. I'm excited and honored to get to be a part of the education build out at PDR Expo. I believe they've moved it off of the show floor. Thank goodness. And into rooms more like MTE style. So education out there is going to be awesome. I will be speaking on lateral tension, when to use it, why to use it, how much to use. And then the other day, we are going to take a little spin off of the shop owners roundtable that we do at MTE. And we are going to do a business owners roundtable. We don't necessarily have to have a shop. We're just going to talk business out there. Additional speakers to be determined. If you're going to Vegas and you want to talk about some business, hit me up. Let me see what you got. And maybe you will join me on stage out there. So I think that is it. Oh, wait. Bryce Kelly, right in more breaking news. Bryce Kelly dropped his first virtual training just a couple of weeks ago. Do not miss that. I've watched Bryce teach in person. Oh, Advanced Skills Seminar. But anyways, I've watched Bryce teach in person. And of course, like looking at his repairs, like the dude is crazy good. Go check that out. I can't remember his URL, but go check out his socials. He's sitting on the back of the van talking to the camera. That's how you're you're looking at the right video. Advanced Skills Seminar, where Mr. Bryce Kelly and John Vittich will be speaking. That is at Anson in Burleson, Texas. I'm pretty sure October 8, 9, 10, and 11. are the dates. It's not released yet. Keith and Shane have been back and podcasting pretty regularly on the PDR College podcast. Go check that out. More details there. I'm sure they have an email list at pdrcollege.com where you can sign up to get into there. And we will be doing the audio and video for both the Hail Expo and doing a live stream there and recording and covering the PDR College Advanced Skills Seminar. So go check those out. We are excited to do some AV work there. Super stoked. Anyways, that's it. 35 minutes in, 10:57. I'm going to wrap this before 11 so I can go home and download this and upload this. I wish I could just upload it direct to YouTube from here. Anyways, download, upload, all that stuff. Pack up my truck to run the route in the morning. I think I know why I'm tired and burned out. I think I figured it out. Anyways, guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for letting me bitch a little bit. And follow us on social at Auto Appearance Institute. Check out the course catalog if you need anything there. If you need anything from us, send us a DM, shoot me an email, admin@autoappearanceinstitute.com. That is it. This show is a wrap. I will see you. I hope. I'm planning on seeing you next week, 1 week from today when you're listening. Anyways, that's the plan. Hopefully getting things a little bit smoothed out and I can get back on here and do more shows. Maybe I'll see if we can get Ryan and Noah to hop on and do a PDR Hell Expo episode for you. Maybe. Think about it. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.